Hey, what's going on everybody? Gamestradamus here, bringing you the multiplayer section for my BioShock 2 review. So as you can see here, you get to choose from 6 different people to play in the online multiplayer. There's no real stats between them, just kind of how you like to look. From there you get to choose some ridiculous masks and weapons. You can be the rabbit from Donnie Darko, which is a great movie by the way. And then you get to choose the weapons from Clue, but choose carefully, otherwise we will know it's the rabbit man in the bedroom with the candlestick. So once you get your ridiculous character picked out with his awesome bling and weapons, you then get to choose your classes like Call of Duty would. You get to choose 2 main weapons out of 7 total weapons. Each main weapon can have 2 kind of attachments to it, like extra damage, reload, speed, firing rate, that kind of thing. From there you get to choose 2 plasmids or powers. You kind of want to group those up. Like I have the electric bolt and geyser trap, so I can set traps and then like electrically charge them, or you can freeze people and then get the dash and like shatter them by dashing through them. From there you get to pick 3 tonics or perks, as you will. Those things are like, heal faster, evade the turrets in the game, easier, save Eve when casting plasmids, that kind of thing. So once you have your classes set and your character picked, there are 5 different types of gameplay choices. Survival of the fittest is like free-for-all, civil wars, team deathmatch, capture the sisters, pretty much capture the flag, but with a little sister. Turf war is pretty much like domination or capturing certain points, and team atom grab is kind of like holding the sister for long periods of time. So let's get a multiplayer game underway. This is kind of relatively early in my experience with the multiplayer. As you can see here, I'm using the machine gun and the grenade launcher before. I have the flame plasmid attached here. I don't remember what the other one was. Maybe it's electric or something. So as you can see, you can hack turrets in multiplayer. And turrets kind of give you interesting advantage points and defensive positions you can kind of fall back to. And there's machine gun and rocket launcher type turrets. Obviously, you want to go for the rocket launcher. Another interesting mechanic in the multiplayer here is you can research people, which pretty much allows you to do extra damage against that player for the remainder of the match or until he kills you, and then you lose that. So that's kind of interesting. If you're doing well, you can kind of research a bunch of the players and do extra damage against everyone, which is kind of an interesting aspect. And the other thing you can do is you can hack these vending machines here, which you set traps in them. And when you set a trap in them, when people go to recharge their ammo or their Eve or their magic, if you will, that trap will come out, and if they're standing in front of the machine, it'll instantly kill them. So that's definitely nice. And obviously it's kind of like the single player where there's environmental things in the multiplayer, like water spills or oil spills or that kind of stuff that you can set on fire or electrocute, that kind of thing. So you kind of use your environment for your aid. For me, I have to say this multiplayer did not grasp me as well as I thought it might. It seemed perhaps maybe a little clunky, just not as detailed or thought out as something like Call of Duty or Halo or MAG or that kind of thing. It's still an amazing multiplayer. Don't get me wrong. And if you like BioShock and that kind of stuff, it's a lot of fun. But I just prefer very precise type games, and this is not that kind of game. So another ridiculous aspect also is that you can get in a Big Daddy suit in most of the game types. Now, when you get in the Big Daddy suit, it's pretty much like being LeBron against a middle school girls basketball team. It's totally unfair. The whole team can come at you and you can just dominate. And don't get me wrong, ladies, no offense. I'm a basketball player too. Much respect to any girl who knows how to handle balls. I'm going to get in trouble for that one. But anyway, this suit I just think is totally unbalanced. it's just ridiculous. Whoever gets the suit, I think, in every match tends to win or be very close, because you can, as long as you're not an idiot, you can go on a 10, 15, 20 kill spree as long as you kind of sit back. And my advice, if you get this suit in the game, is, don't go out in the open, kind of pick corners and block yourself off, because you're a huge target. Everyone's going to want to take you down because you get a huge kind of point bonus when you do. You don't really get a score bonus, which I think is silly. You should get probably more points for killing the Big Daddy suit, since he's 10 times more powerful than anyone else. What I really think they should have done, 2K Games, is made another game type called like Hunt the Big Daddy or something, where there's 2 different teams, kind of like Team Deathmatch, but a Big Daddy is randomly picked on each team, and that person spawns as him, and the idea is to kill the other team's Big Daddy. And everyone on the team, maybe gets a rotation as the Big Daddy, and the first team to kill, all 6 other players as the Big Daddy or whatever wins. I think that would make it fair and a lot more interesting in that, type of gameplay. So, I don't know, 2K Games, if you see this or hear this, you might want to think about that. I think people would really enjoy that. So, also when you're the Big Daddy, you cannot heal like the other players can. You just, when you take damage, you keep it permanently. But you have such a huge life that you can for the most part, survive for a while. The plasmid and gun gameplay is very interesting, because you have certain things you can do, like freezing people, which slows them and lowers their defense, or, electrocuting them kind of stuns them, or lighting them on fire kind of does damage over time. There's like dashes you can do and stuff. So there's some interesting things that add some very interesting mechanics. So it is a well done multiplayer. But like I said, it wasn't my type of multiplayer, and for this channel I have to play so many different types of games in order to do what I want to do that if a multiplayer just doesn't seriously grasp me, then I just move on. So I'm sure some of you will hate me for doing that, because you'll probably be huge BioShock fans, but I hope you understand, and I apologize. All around, though, BioShock 2 is a very solid game. Single player is a lot of fun, and you can go through it in multiple ways, so it does have replayability. And this multiplayer is deep enough that it will keep you busy for a while. So I thought, between my single player review and this full multiplayer game, that you could see all that BioShock 2 has to offer, and hopefully that will answer your question, is this game worth buying, renting, or ignoring? And as I said before, multiplayer just didn't grasp me as much as I wanted it to, so for me this game would be a rent. But all the people I know who purchased it have been very happy with their purchase, so it's really what your style of first-person shooter is. So anyway, this video is coming to an end. I hope this helped answer any of your questions on BioShock, and if you enjoyed this, please subscribe to this channel and help it grow. And stay tuned shortly for my review of Mass Effect 2, Bayonetta, and Heavy Rain. Subscribe now for your chance to win a monkey.